So now that my hair is growing, I gotta start curling it. And now that my daughter's hair is starting to grow, I have to put her hair into these like little bows. And I have to say, it kind of makes me happy that I have a son and a daughter because it forces me to deal with like things in my childhood. Like I grew up with a bunch of boys and the girls, it wasn't a lot of them. Yeah, I had a lot of male cousins and then I had my brothers and all that, blah, blah, blah. And I guess one thing that I would like to address is this whole tomboy thing. Um, because one thing I will say about the whole tomboy thing is that for me personally, I was raised in a really rambunctious environment. And it wasn't just because there were boys, it was also the lack of stability. And this is what I mean. And I'm gonna get a little personal. So if you just do the math, my father passed away, right, when I was a toddler. And my mother, she had a medical condition. And of course, with her being a widow and mostly raising just me and my sister, we were the two youngest. Of course, that presented a lot of problems. And with those problems came me being the oldest girl, feeling like I needed to step up, right? So at a very young age, I felt like I had to be responsible or I had to take care of things because my father was deceased and my mother was ill. And then I had a younger sister, baby sister, only sister. So most people don't think about what a child is thinking. And as a child, I never paid attention to what other people were thinking and what other people were doing because I'm a kid. Most children have what's called egocentrism, where they think so much about what they have going on that they don't think about what other people have going on. So it's like a social development thing. Anyway, how all this ties in. So here I am thinking, I'm stepping up because my mom's ill. Makes sense for me to step up because my mom's ill. Other people are seeing me as being grown or acting like I run things or being like bossy or whatever. No, it was my circumstance. I had to respond to what was going on around me. I wasn't thinking about how I was being perceived. Yet I was affecting the way other people were thinking of me. Okay, fine. Grow up with a bunch of boys. That's another dynamic where they're wrestling, they're playing. And I remember when I used to play with my siblings and stuff, my male cousins, and they used to be like, oh, you throw that ball like a girl. Oh, you acting like a girl. And I didn't want to be the odd one out. So I was like, well, I gotta be rough and tough with the kids. And then I have to be like the new lady of the house because, my mom's ill. So there were all these confusing dynamics. And it really agitated me, this whole, oh, you're a tomboy thing, because it was like people push the tomboy thing on girls. And then it's like you graduate from tomboy to lesbian. And it's like, well, I couldn't keep up with that either. And the reason why I was complaining about this so much is because when you have that dynamic growing up of, oh, you're a tomboy, it affects the way you style your hair. So it's like, you're not supposed to be cute and pretty if you're supposed to be like a stud or whatever. And, with my hair type, it's like, if you don't keep it, like if you don't dread it or if you don't like put extensions in it or a wig on, it's like there's like no ladylike way, right? So like a lot of times you know, I would go to like a beauty salon and, they would either try to start me on dreadlocks or braids. And I'm like, well, I'm just trying to grow my hair out. And that was always a hullabaloo because I don't think that it's popular that black girls just want to grow their hair out and just wear their natural hair. And so they would recommend that I would go to a barber. And every time I would go to a barber, they'd be like, hey, do you want a feminine haircut? And I'd be like, no, I'm just trying to grow my hair out. And then they would always cut my hair in this like weird microphone type. Now that I have kids, like I make sure my son's hair is good. He's at a point where he wants haircuts. So get his haircut. And of course, my daughter, her hair is growing. So then I have to, take care of her hair. And I'm starting to realize like, black girls in particular, it's like we think that we have to go to the beauty salon and pay a ridiculous amount of money to take care of our hair. And I know my hair is not like super duper stylish, but my scalp is healthy and my hair is growing and is able to breathe. I considered going to a salon as my hair was growing, and I realized, I was like, that costs a lot of money. And no shade to people who run hair salons, but they are the most shady people. And I don't want to sit in a chair for 2+ hours with somebody doing my hair for a couple $100 to make me feel uncomfortable the entire time I'm there. So my solution, go ahead, save my money, put in some hair rollers. Just roll it up. Just roll it up, comb it out. As it grows, I don't know what to do, but I'll cross that bridge when it comes. What made me think about going ahead and rolling up my hair was that I remember before my mom was ill, she used to roll her hair. And I'm gonna say this too. People with bonnets get a bad rap, but I don't feel like doing this in the morning. So it makes sense. I'm like, you know what? Do this. Put a bonnet on there. Lock in that good old moisture. But then before I go out, I'm gonna take that bonnet off, take these rollers out.